All right. How's everyone doing today? Today, I wanted to go over just some mistakes that I made as a beginning reseller um, and go over those so you don't make the same mistakes that I made. Um, yeah. So let's go ahead and get started here. Some of you guys may know my name is John. I go by JnB Sunny on my eBay, Depop, Poshmark, whatnot, and here on YouTube. I have been selling for right around 4 years now, but I've only really hit the full speed throttle like 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago. Um, Before I was just really just doing it part time and um, yeah, making pretty good money, but I really wanted to make this one of my full time gigs, and here I am. So I've been doing really good. I do have other videos. You want to check them out. But right now, I just want to kind of go over some mistakes. So yeah, first mistake. First mistake number one. Uh, when I first started going out thrifting, going to yard sales, I was buying things that I thought was cool. Now, some things sold, some things not so much, right? Now, almost anything is going to sell on eBay eventually, but it could be 3 years. And we don't want that as eBay sellers or as Depop or anything like that. We want to buy things, we want to get them moving. So you don't want to just buy things that you think are cool. Uh, it's just not what you want to do. And a lot of people, that's a lot of people's first mistake. They're like, oh, I love this. This looks so cool. I'm going to get this, right? It's only $2. Um, right? And you get it, you post it, and it doesn't sell. Um, or it takes a long time to sell and not for what you were hoping it would sell for, right? So don't just buy things that you think are cool. You have to you have to know, right? And that brings us to mistake number two, but kind of like what you should do. So, mistake number two, or what you should do, is look things up. All right. Don't just buy things blindly, kind of like that thing we were just talking about. Don't be buying things just because you think it's cool, right? You don't want to just be like, oh, I think this is a good brand, or I think this is a cool brand, or I think this is cool, and you just get it without looking it up. Please look it up, especially when you're new. Especially when you're new to this. All right, just because you think something is cool doesn't mean anybody else does. All right, look at me. I'm wearing this Beavis and Butthead. Work sucks. Right? How many other people is going to think that's cool? Maybe a lot, maybe none. I might be the only person in the world that likes this shirt. Right? You never know. All right, so that's why you got to look things up. All right, if you look things up, that takes that guessing out of the way. Now, when you look things up, I know some people I've talked to, they like feel weird when they're at a Goodwill and they have something they want to look up. They feel weird looking it up. Who cares? No one cares that you're looking this up. And if they do, whatever. I mean, that's on them. You are trying to make a living. You're trying to get this going. And if you're going to want to get this going, you're going to need to look things up, right? So when you look things up, you want to look for sell-through rate, right? Sell-through rate, if you don't know, is just how much is listed and how much is sold, right? In the 90-day period that they put on there. Now, um, when you do this, I'm not going to go really full in depth on what sell-through rate is, but that's pretty much what it is, right? But you also want to see how much it's selling for, right? Sell-through rate can be any percentage that you want, right? I typically try and go for something that has a sell-through rate of at least 35% or higher, right? You want 50% or higher. You might, it just depends, right? So if it's, that's just what I do. Yeah, I like to go with that rule of thumb of 35%. Okay, I've heard tons of other YouTubers and other people say different kind of percentages, whatever works for you. And that's on you to figure out, right? I can't tell you what to do for your store, what the right percentage is. It's what kind of store you want to have. And that's not my store, it's your store, right? And in the end, um, it's best to run it, do things like that the way you want it to be done, because if you're doing it what everyone else wants, then you're not going to have fun, right? And I found that out earlier. We'll get to that. Yeah. So that was number 2, right? Look things up. Don't just buy things blindly. Go on eBay, look up how much is listed, how much is sold, and how much they're selling for. All right. And that will give you a pretty good idea as if you should pick it up or you shouldn't pick it up, right? So if there's 1,000 listed and 4 sold, I would say no. All right. That's up to you, but I would say no. All right, next. Number 3. Number 3, not listing every day. All right. I am a very big supporter on listing every day. I think you need to list it every day. I hear a lot of people are like, well, why can't I just list 10 on Monday and then 10 on Thursday, and that should be okay? I mean, it might be okay, but eBay likes it when they see you are consistent, right? So if you only want to list 20 items a week, that's fine. Spread it out. Spread it out, right? Do 3 here, do 3 the next day, do 3, whatever, however much it takes you to get there, but just list at least 2 a day. Just be listing every day. Show eBay that you're consistent, that you that you're active, right? All those things. eBay likes those kinds of things. Now, I've seen videos of people who've done it where they didn't list every day. Okay. And I've seen it where it dropped a little bit. Their sales dropped a little bit, right? But the thing is that sometimes with that, if I have 1,000 items in my store and I don't list for 3 days, yeah, I'm probably not going to sell as many, but I'm still going to sell stuff, right? I still have 1,000 listings out there, right? But for new eBay sellers, for new people who only have maybe 20 items in their store, it's very important to do this, right? It's very important to keep listing every day. Show that consistency. Have eBay start trusting you, all right? Because once you get eBay's trust and you start doing those little things correctly, right? eBay is all about doing those little things correctly, right? And I know I sell on a bunch of other platforms, okay, but I'm mainly talking about eBay, right? But once you get eBay's trust and all that, things start working out a lot better. Okay. So list every day, please. And if you're going on vacation or something, or another way you can do it, just a little side note, or even if you just you don't have time to list every day, but maybe you have 2 days of the week free where you can take pictures and list. Perfect. Take pictures, as many as you can in those 2 days, right? And you can schedule out your listings. You can schedule them out so they all don't have to go out on just those 2 days, right? You can list 3 that day, 3 the other day, and then all the other pictures, you create the listings those days, but just have them scheduled out throughout the week, right? So then you don't actually have to be doing it every day, but they will be going live every day, right? And I'm not going to get into depth right now on how to do all that and stuff. Maybe that'll be for another video. But if you need to know, there's tons of other videos out there that are showing that kind of stuff, right? But you can schedule out your listings. So I recommend doing that if you only have 2 days to list, right? Do as many as you can and space them out, right? Every single day listing. Cool. All right. Mistake number 4, right? Mistake number 4. This is one of my biggest mistakes. Was not keeping track of my numbers. Now, when I first started this, I was not keeping track of anything. I wasn't. And man, that is not smart. You need to be keeping track of your stuff. Not only just to see your progress or how much you're making, but just to see, like, am I really making money? Right? Because we're all in this to make money. So you don't want to just be running this eBay business or this resale business and not making no money, but you think you are. Just like I was. I thought I was making money. I thought, oh my gosh, this is great. I'm making so much money. Right? But then when I finally started keeping track of all my numbers, my sales, and all that, I realized, whoa, I am not doing this correctly. Right? Um, and it's just good to see where your money's going. And then it helps you become a better reseller. It truly does, right? It helps you be able to be like, okay, I need to stop picking up like this kind of stuff or price it a little higher or don't buy it for that much, right? Um, and I'm just talking about tracking your sales, right? Your sales numbers and your expenses and all that. You need to be doing that. Uh, it just, in the long run, it helped me out tremendously when I started finally doing that. Not only that, you got to think of taxes, right? You got to be able to track all this stuff for taxes. Yeah, so you don't want to just not track anything, and at the end of the year, when it's time to do this taxes, you're scrambling. You don't want that, right? You want to just have everything done and ready. Now, there are great platforms that are not that much money that you can go to that will track everything for you, right? Just to name a few, you have Nifty. That's what I use. I use Nifty. I also used I also use something else, and it's just to track my eBay numbers. But I love this. I love it. I can't part ways with it. Okay. Um, yeah, so Nifty is that one, but then the other one is Flipwise. Okay, Flipwise is an awesome way to keep track of your numbers. It does a really good job, even better than Nifty, right? And I'm a big supporter of Nifty. I love Nifty in every way. It's still Nifty still tracks your stuff, but it is a little different. And sometimes I'm like, is that really accurate? And then I go on Flipwise to track my eBay because uh, Flipwise is amazing. So look up Flipwise. If not, Nifty does a good job too. I'm not trying to poo poo on Nifty on that aspect, right? Nifty does a good job too. I just like Flipwise. That's what I started on before Nifty. And I just can't imagine not having it. So definitely look up Flipwise if you're just on eBay, right? Nifty does a great job of tracking all my other stuff because Flipwise is only eBay. All right. Um, it would be awesome if it was everything. It would be so cool. But hey, whatever. It's a great. I love Flipwise. So Nifty, Flipwise. There's other ones out there too. Do your own research. Find the one that works with you. Right. But definitely track all that stuff. Now, as I'm just saying, sales numbers and everything, yeah, but you also need to be tracking other things. I am not a tax expert, so don't look at me for tax advice, right? I can only tell you things that help me, right? But you talk to a tax person, okay? But tracking your miles is a good thing to track, okay? Every time I track my miles, I do that. I just tons of apps to track your miles. You can even just keep them right here, and every day you're going to go put the date, start miles, end miles, how many miles you drove that day, going from thrift store to thrift store, whatever, right? However you want to track it, but track your miles. All right, it helps during tax time. Like I said, I'm not a tax professional, right? But those miles are very important, okay? I can tell you that. Those miles are very important to track. They will help you out tremendously, right? But track it down to your poly bags that you buy, or your boxes, or your tape, right? All that stuff, track it, mark it down in one of those apps I told you, or one of the ones you pick, or even if you just want to do an Excel sheet. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you like Excel and you're great at it, go ahead, be my guest. At least you're tracking it some way, right? All right. Next. Oh, and I forgot to mention Flipwise. Okay, Flipwise, the app, the thing I was telling you to track your numbers and everything for eBay. It's ran by a reseller, so it's not one of these places that aren't ran by a reseller. The person who runs this, his name is Justin Resells on YouTube. right? Check him out. He has great advice, great videos. I love watching Justin resells, right? He is the creator of Flipwise, and it is amazing. Okay, so check it out. Next, not getting two different accounts, banking accounts, right? For your personal and for your business. All right. In the beginning, I did not have to. I just had all my money, everything going into one account, from my school check, that because I work at a school, to my eBay, to everything, my bills getting taken out of there, just all one, right? It makes it so hard to track. It makes it so hard, right? Definitely get at least two accounts, right? One for your personal and one for your business. All right. That way you can keep money in your business. You can save up money for your business and keep all your business separate from your personal and your other job. All right. So let's say your other job pays for all your bills. Okay. And your eBay money is like your fun money, your vacation money, your going out to eat money, whatever it is, right? It's sometimes you think you have more money to go have fun, and next thing you know, you're spending all this money because you're like, oh, I'm fine, I'm selling on eBay, doing all this stuff, yeah, woohoo. Next thing you know, you're dipping into your bills, you're dipping into your actual money that's making helping you pay bills, right? You don't want that. I'm telling you, you don't. It happened to me, and next thing you know, I had things coming out, and I'm like, oh no, oh no, like, oh no. That did not just happen. I'm in the negative right now. How did that happen? Right? And it's because I thought I had more fun money than I actually had. Right? So you don't want to be doing that. Keep it separate. Have two different accounts. And so you know, hey, look, I have this much money. And then I mean, I would even have like a savings account as well, but that's on you, right? Because I have my personal, my business, and a savings, right? So all of my savings, or all of my fun money I have in one from my eBay, and then I take some out to put in my savings as well. That way, if I ever need to go do like a bulk buy, or if I need to go do something where I need a lot of money to go get it, I have savings right there, and I'll use that, right? Or just savings to have good savings, right? But that's on you. At least just have two accounts, please. It will save you from making the mistake that I made, thinking you had way more fun money than you did, and having too much fun, and then you're sitting there broke, in the negative, thinking, oh my gosh. And now you're gonna have to, now you're taking eBay money to put it over, transfer it into your other account so you can get out of the negative, and now it's just all messed up. All right, then you're playing catch up. It's not fun. Keep it separated. All right, please. um but yeah, those are just a few mistakes. If you have some more mistakes, maybe there's some mistakes you think that I didn't cover. That is also big. Put in the comments, so people who watch this and look at the comments, they'll see some more mistakes. You guys, I'm not a professional. Okay, let me get that straight. I'm not a tax professional, and I'm not an eBay professional. Right? I've just been doing this long enough where I feel like I do have some knowledge to help you guys out. Um, to help you get to do good things on eBay, right? Or wherever you are reselling from, right? Um, yeah, but I'm not the eBay guru. I'm not the resale guru, okay? And I don't project myself to be, all right? I do YouTube to help you guys out. And anytime you guys have something to let me know, put it in the comments and let me know, like, hey, actually, I think you should have said something like this too. Or, hey, maybe you should probably do that. Perfectly fine. I will never get mad at that. I'm here learning just like you. I think we all should learn every single day. I'm constantly watching my favorite YouTubers. I'm constantly doing research. Never stops. It never will. Right? To the day I stop doing this, I will always try to keep learning. And thing with reselling is one of those things where it's never the same. Right? It might be the same for 2 months. Next, you know, boom, flips, and then it's totally different. With reselling, you have to be able to keep up with the times. You have to be able to adapt. You have to. I mean, especially nowadays, there's so much things going on, so many trends go in and out, right? You have to be able to adapt, right? And I feel like those people who don't adapt are, right, they're stuck. And I don't want that to be you, right? You've got to be able to adapt, especially like me. I do clothing. That is my biggest thing. And clothing resellers, you have to be able to adapt, right? Unless you're just selling straight vintage shirts, right? But even then, some vintage shirts used to be worth a lot that aren't now, all right? Take Harley Davidson for an example. You know what I mean? Harley Davidson, like 2 years ago or whenever, it was any vintage Harley Davidson would sell for so much, right? But now the market's flooded with vintage Harley Davidson, right? It has to be a certain Harley Davidson, right? It has to be like the 3D emblem. It needs to be, it's not just a random Idaho Harley Davidson that was from 2001, right? Yeah, you might get $15 for it, but it's not like how it used to be. So you got to be able to adapt, right? You just have to. But that's it. Hopefully you guys learned something, right? I want to start doing a little bit more videos like this as well. I do what sold videos. I'm going to start doing my vlogs as a full-time reseller, going out in the wild, just take you with me on the day. My thrift hauls, and I want to start doing these videos to kind of help you guys as well. But hopefully you guys are pushing through. Check me out on Instagram. My name is always the same, JnB Sunny Thrift. You can find me on Instagram. And if you got any questions, go ahead and put a comment. Go on Instagram, follow me, send me a message on there. I want to help you guys. All right. I think if I find a reseller anywhere, I don't see them as competition. I see them as my friend, as someone who I want to help and I want their help, right? It's always good to know people. It's always good in the resale business to be cool with everyone. And I'm here to be cool with everyone, right? If you're a reseller, I want to be a friend, right? Even if you're 80 years old to 20 years old, it doesn't matter, right? You're new at reselling or you've been doing this for 50 years, right? I want to be friends with you, man. This is what I love to do, and I want to surround myself around people who love to do the same things, right? And that's how I like living my life. So hopefully you guys are having a good one. Thank you for being here and watching this all the way through. Like I said, if you got anything, got a question or anything, let me know. Until next time, have a good one. Peace.